cocoa farmers, because as I'm speaking with you now, Mama administration is giving the cocoa farmers 2,500. Is that not it? And go to Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire, if you convert their currency, they refer to Ghanaian currency. Cote d'Ivoire is giving their cocoa farmers 1,500 and above. So they are not talking about that now. They are not saying that the Cote d'Ivoire are enjoying and all that. If you go to Guinea Conakry, some of them are cutting down their cocoa farmers because they are not getting anything from it. Because it's a global problem, and once it becomes a global problem, it hits everybody. And even this measure that the Bahama administration is putting in place is to reset and make sure that the cocoa farmers, we all sympathize with cocoa farmers. The cocoa farmers get better of their toll. You see, I heard you talk about it briefly. I heard you talk about the LPD people say that NBC say that they would have given the cocoa farmers 7,000 thereabouts. At that time, the world market was 9,000, 10,000 thereabouts. But as I'm saying with you, it's 10,000. So it's a global problem. It's a global issue that is supposed to, because look, the NPP time, a question was put to Bahomia that what are you doing to this cocoa sector that is collapsing? And Bahomia said he's not aware of it. So it's taken long ago, and people should not forget about that.
Okay.
So I'm so surprised. So when they say that, cocoa NBC won in the cocoa family, it is never true. Some of them even say the Galamsey, it is never true because there is no cocoa or Galamsey at Damukabaya. NBC won.
All right.
NBC won. NBC won. So it is economic mismanagement of their side that made the well-being Ghanaians lost trust in them.
Okay.
It's not about cocoa or Galamsey.
Okay, Mr. Bedu, thank you so much for calling us. 054-102-2318. 054-102-2318. Hello?
That is Excellency
Mr. Techi.
Ajimai.
Mr. Techi.
Excellency, and I'm from the Suama. I'm from Tantima, Bugabi. Oh my God, I'm from and also. Also, Mr. Bedu Mugabe. If I dear for Mr. Bedu, myself, Mugabe. Yeah, now the naked demonstration, and this year, one more program, a man, naked, already for more. This year, Alfa, one man, Maswa, naked demonstration, another break, or Alpha on the other. If you prefer so direct, see the war. That is one man, I saw so. Yes, election year. The minority, they are fighting the new court. That is who got the right to become Kokomo. Or to what you got. I'm always saying, Kokono, acting Omuntia Omuka, Omuntiaka. I'm going to do what you're Omuka, Kokoskadi. What are you Kokono? I'm just a book and tell me, I want to call you. Kokoka don't double from. What are you at the Omuka and nobody? They are fighting the new court. That is, I don't have to know. Mama, in your politics, now after I cut it, the minority, there is American, I'm watching a second one, and then the question. And this is what I started for with Galamsey site, a press conference, press conference. And the sense that the minority, and yet you need election in August to vote. They are sending a genuine course. Send the Albanian, on to every fisherman. I mean, what 5 months in Jamaica. And they are to go on the time of Misako. Oh, now, yes, I do want to see a car. What can I say? 25 million out there, 2,500, and you better they will be on 30 million. 3,001. And then insult. It's not an insult. And you minority because of Lydia. Abana, you are not going to lead naked those against you. People don't like, I don't want to promote on this year.
All right, Mr. Techi.
Okay,
Mr. Techi, thank you so much for calling. 054-102-2318. 054-102-2318. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Please, your name and where you're
calling.
Okay.
Minority, no. After you say, Omogene, Kuku farmers, no. Now, I say, NDC, I'm saying, I took force in the cars, I said, Kuku, Naka, so almost 6,000. Maybe I say, I took force in some no kind, no. ya classe ahwehwe ne nsɛm no kan because okasa at that time na cocoa price no one bag 9,000 no kra na say nye no kra me no na me pese so onya pipi fo no omi so mo so ato forcing ne nsɛm no kan no mo analysis wo ho dia omo nkyem mi ehunu say at that time omo time no ato forcing say na cocoa no ye 9,000 na ye no kra na nye no kra na say na ye no kra ada na omo ma cocoa farmers ne 3,000 omunye no anomaye na ke ehunu se anka de omoye ne nei anka omodwunu kokonfo no ho ampa na mo agya no nyina guo ene koko price no so no omomai one bag ne bo so mo fi se de atofo se ye na omoye bidi a omomai koko price ne bo na me koko farmer ne bi enti bo omonye se sabi ye do koko no ye ni adwene o enti de omobeye bia de ye besori de omachi o enne de ye clasia ye fa adwene de ekoso wo man mu ni wiase na ye nyina ye hunu bi nti enyo de omobeye ebi wo ombenye omo adwene de na ye mu bi de omo ye no empusi ye kura nti de so mo ye analysis de a 9,000 na mu koton kuku adwama so no ada na 3,000 na mo de mo eno na so mo be chichim omo bi so mo ni atofo se ye adwene de a na che so mo sisi akuafo na mpa anya sa omo me deny say 9,000 na nya no kure that's it.
Yes, yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for calling Kwame Brinya. 054-102-2318 054-102-2318. Let's listen to some WhatsApp messages.
Good morning, Mr. Alfa. I believe all is fine. This is Jacob from Nebehi. What the opposition party is trying to do? MPP
Hello.
members of parliament.
Good morning.
Okay, good morning. We'll get back to that WhatsApp message. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Please, your name and where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Dunkwao.
Okay, Mr.
I'm
James.
a farmer.
Okay.
You know what's happening? Let me talk. Let me speak.
Yeah, please tell us.
I come and I cocoa no. Because 9,000 now. No more 3,000. Very good. Let's met boys. And chance no boys. And such a boys. And one boys. I'm happy with the government. Don't be a CPP, but I'm happy with the government. I need the baby away. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. 054-102-2318. 054-102-2318. Okay. Hello.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please, your name and where you are calling from.
I'm Nana calling from North Central.
Okay, Nana from North Central. So let's hear you.
Yes. What I'm getting to understand about the government is not truthful to itself. Because this thing started long before the year started. And like they were playing games here and there. I'm a person of interest. I know what I'm talking about.
Hello? Oh, we've lost Nana from South. But you can also call us on 054-102-2318. 054-102-2318. We can do about 2 more calls. So you can call us on 054-102-2318. Mr. Techi.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Correction. Now, NDC was a long time a year. You process cocoa, Opa Mopana, cocoa, process 48 at 47%. The top was a processor of the bed, a good idea. And I knew the first time NDC bad idea. So, because that's an why I said, boy, I said, I'm going to boy, you know, I don't know.
Okay, Mr. Tachi.
Because so we look at the one of the one
Mr. Techi, let someone call to 054-102-2318. 054-102-2318. Call us and let us know what you think. Let's listen to some WhatsApp messages. Okay, before that, we have another caller on the line. So, hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Please, I'm fine. What's your name?
Yeah, this is George, please.
Okay, George, please, where are you speaking from?
Yeah, I'm speaking from Cronum.
Okay, George from Cronum, let's hear you.
Yeah, at times, journalists are there to inform, educate, and entertain. And you have all the facts of the information, all the facts of the information are at your fingertips. And sometimes you seem to be a little bit disingenuous about the whole fact. When the time that Mahama said he was going to that he will give the farmers 6,000 cedis, the cocoa price was 9,000 cedis, and then he was going to give 70% of the price to farmers. That was what Mahama said. That is when he comes out, he will give 70% of the price of cocoa to farmers. And when he came, how much? What he did? He paid over 70% to farmers. Currently, how much has it paid to farmers? Over 90% to farmers of the world market price. And I mean, sometimes, and all these facts are available. And since sometimes, I mean, the journalists, you don't seem to be what's coming with the fact. They seem to be hiding the fact. That is not fair, you know.
Okay, George. Thank you so much for calling. 0541022318. We can do one more call. 0541022318. 0541022318. Let's listen to some WhatsApp messages.
Morning, Mr. Alfa. I believe all is fine. This is Jacob from Nebehi. What?
I keep putting this message on hold, but we have our last caller, so let's listen to that, and then after that, we will listen to the WhatsApp messages. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please, your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, Mr. Mensah speaking from Santa Fe.
Okay, Mr. Mensah.
Yeah. Going forward, but we take this country as a granted. You see, we are not serious in this country at all. You see, upon all the political issues, always I'm telling Alpha that these politicians, they will destroy our country for us. It doesn't matter. Those people who are making this, where is their financial minister that you should have to come for accountable? Where is their financial minister? That even lawyer is supporting that he shouldn't come. Why? And what noise are they doing? What they are doing there? Unless maybe military come, because if military come, those people they have to get them and shoot them like Rollins did. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mensah, for calling. Let's listen to some WhatsApp messages now. Mr. Mensah was our last caller. Unfortunately, we can't pick any more calls.
The opposition party is trying to do. MPP members of parliament, what are they trying to do? Are they won't give money to the farmers, our fathers, our mothers to farm cocoa? And they are there determining what to do. We need them to push the ruling government on more issues than this. It's not only cocoa price that they will be saying the reduced price and it's become. Did the money go to their pockets? Did the money go to their pocket? They should go back to parliament and do the needful for the nation to move forward. What is this issue? Naked demonstration. What's the meaning of that? They should go to the parliament and do their naked demonstration. That's where they will be fighting each other. They should go there. We don't want that in this modern system again. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Unfortunately, the person didn't add his name. But let's listen to this message to Jacob. Okay.
Good morning, Alpha. Good morning to your co-chair and then your lovely listeners. Not that I want to sound pessimistic, but time in memorial, we have seen how opposition party capitalize on the woes and troubles of people to score cheap political points. This minority MP roaming here, nothing. They'll just make the noise about it, but give them the same power, and they are back to the same thing. It's high time we come to understand that politicians don't care about anybody. They don't care about any of us. They just want to get the power. And when they get the power, they become the very people that they appear to be fighting against. So, me, frankly speaking, I don't really have hope. I don't have hope for this country. No, unless we see a change of mind and attitude of our people. No, no. It's just for political talks, political points that they are roaming here. They're not going to do anything. If they'll make noise, they're making noise because they want to win power. That is all. That is all. Thank you, Alpha. It's Emmanuel Santase.
Okay, Emmanuel from Santasi, thank you for joining us this morning. Let's listen to another message.
Madam Janice, I trust you are doing well with Alpha Ali. This cocoa thing is, I don't know how to describe it, but the minority is just trying to deceive the gullible cocoa farmers, some gullible cocoa farmers. Now Ghanaians are descending, and these people, we might underrate them, thinking that they don't know what is happening on the global world market. But they know. And then the explanation given by people, especially the NDC, and then information that they receive from radio commentaries like this, I think they are discerning, and then they could understand what is happening. So the minority will just try to make capital out of it. But the discerning cocoa farmer will decide whether what they are saying is really the case on the ground or is the opposite. Alpha, don't be surprised with this another prayer. He's capable of doing anything. So if he said they will go on a naked demonstration, yeah, let's wait. The day they will go on the naked demonstration, then they will all line up on the street and watch them. It will be funny and interesting for us to see them on this naked demonstration. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. And so this one says, good morning. Greetings to myself and Alpha. This is Nana Kwajo from Bahrain. And he says he will not stop saying these MPP and NDC have nothing better to offer Ghanaians. They are the same. One will be on the public side and they will lose when they lose power. But after winning election, all their concern turn into political interest. Ghana youth, be wise and tell these two parties no more. Medase. All right. Thank you, Nana Kujo. Now, as I indicated earlier, this morning we've been joined in studio by a very powerful, knowledgeable person. And we'll be having conversation about what we brought to you yesterday on the KMA resolution to ban the display of salt in various eateries, so that when you go to your restaurant to eat your local fufu and banku, you are not tempted to add more salt to your soup, because some of you, that is what you do. And the KMA is saying that they've checked and they've observed that hypertension cases keep on going up, so they want to reduce that. So reduce your salt intake, and they don't want to tempt you so that you add more salt to your food. So this morning we've been joined by Dr. Charles Epre. He's a senior lecturer at the Department of Biochemistry and Biotechnology, KNUST, and he's also a nutritionist. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning, and I must apologize for getting in here late.
Oh.
Had a terrible traffic at Alanga Junction.
Once the traffic is
It's
competing
quite
with
terrible.
Accra's
So
traffic.
I tell you, sorry about that. I underestimated it.
Yeah, we are fine.
Yeah, we are fine. As long as you are here, we appreciate your presence here this morning. And so, Doc, the last time you were with us in studio, we spoke about non-communicable diseases, and then you educated us so much about our intake of salt, and then you also spoke about sugar, saturated drinks, and what they do to our body systems and everything. And then you told us that non-communicable diseases most of the times is lifestyle related. It is what we do, what we take in every day, that gives us these recurring problems in our body. And yesterday we heard from KMA that they have moved to ban the display of salts in various eateries and restaurants in the Kumasi metropolis. First of all, what do you make of this news? Is it good news? You think they are doing something in line with what you recommended?
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. And once again, a wonderful morning to your listeners. Yeah, I think we all read the news item, and I think it's a good one from where I sit. It's a form of a nutrition policy, that's how we call it. And thankfully, I teach policy at the PhD level, so it's a form of a policy that has been put in place. If you look at it, in theory, we usually say that policy can be in a form of a bylaw. And so this is a form of a bylaw that KMA has put out there, and it's a form of a policy. The only thing I want to, as an expert in the area, the only thing I want to be done is that there should be some form of M&E. When I say M&E, monitoring and evaluation of the policy. We want to know what is the level of hypertension in the municipal or in the district or in the region. And then also, after this policy has been put out there, will that lead to a reduction in the prevalence of hypertension? You want to know how many restaurants are displaying salt in their facility. And then after this bylaw, whether it's going to reduce the number of restaurants who display this salt. We want to know how much of salt is put in the food, and whether even this message, because if you are somebody who cooks for the public, right after this message, it's giving you an indication that salt is not good. That's why KMA is banning. So that should lead to some attitudinal change, where probably the amount of salt you're even putting in your food should be going down because KMA says it's not good. And so it's a wonderful policy that has been put out there. I don't know what thinking has gone into it, but whatever it is, as it may, like I've said, it's a form of a bylaw, and policies can be put out there in the form of a bylaw. So there is nothing wrong with that. The only thing is that they should be interested in getting somebody out there, not me, it could be any of them, to look at the outcome of it after a period. There should be a little bit of a monitoring and evaluation so that somebody out there will monitor. In fact, it is best done when you monitor before and after. But even if you've not done the before, somebody can be monitoring the after to say that, well, after the policy was put out there, this and this is what we have gotten out of it. The last time I spoke about sugar sweetened beverage, and I told you that when South Africa and some countries decided to ban the consumption of sugar sweetened or put taxes on sugar sweetened beverage, the outcome of it is that a lot of companies now started changing their, how do you call it, their formulation to make sure that the drinks they put out there have less amount of sugar. We got to know this because somebody was interested in doing monitoring and evaluation. Somebody was monitoring to tell that, okay, we observed that after the policy was put in place out there, people tried now to prepare drinks or to put out drinks that had less sugar in it. And you can even look at the economic impact of it. There's a whole lot of things that can be done after it. So it's a brilliant decision. It's a brilliant policy. My expectation is that somebody out there should be interested in knowing what is the downstream effect of that policy.
Okay.
That's very important.
Okay.
But you mentioned that this policy by KMA should signal to people that the intake of salt is not good.
Yes.
Why is salt not good?
Well, like I said, when you take salt has been it's been used since time immemorial for preservation of our food and all that. But we know very well that the major nutrient in salt is sodium, and of course chloride. And I've said consistently that high amount of sodium in the body has been proven to promote hypertension, like KMA has rightly said. And the quantity of salt that we end up taking sometimes is more than what the body actually requires. And so it's a nutrient, all right. It's, in fact, we call it a macro mineral. Sodium is a macro mineral. Chloride is also a macro mineral. However, the amount that we end up taking in is more than what the body requires. And anytime we go more than what the body requires, it tends to then affect the health of the individual.
Now, Doc, yesterday we had another doctor in the studio, Dr. Jima, and then he said that what this policy will do is that when you go to your restaurant and you don't see any salt, you are not likely to go and ask them to add more. So in a way, it will reduce your urge to put extra salt in your food. But my question this morning is, do you think that it will go a long way to affect people's daily lifestyle? Like if I'm going to buy food and I'm not adding more salt, do you think that when I go home, I'll replicate the same thing in what I do?
Exactly. So you see, like I said, we've been talking about salt last 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. I don't think a lot of people are listening to the show. But now, once KMA comes out with a bylaw, KMA has a bigger reach. And so once they come out with a bylaw, everybody would hear. Our mothers in the market probably are hearing. The decision, or somebody will be asking herself or himself, why is KMA banning salt to be displayed openly in supermarkets? For me, that is a form of education. Because people might have heard about this policy. And so even the fact that it is out there and we are discussing and people are hearing it, it's a good start. And that's why I am glad and I'm happy about that. Like I've said already, anytime there are policies, when you put out policies, there are several ways of measuring the outcome of the policy. And one of them is the monitoring and evaluation I spoke earlier on. There are other ways. But then we also think that whenever these policy statements are put out there, it in a way change character and mold characters. That one definitely. Just the quantum of character it will mold and the quantum of the people that it will change their character, we will have to do some form of research to tell. But we know that it will change some characters. There are people who are hearing that, okay, salt actually is not good. And they've only gotten to know this through the KMA policy out there. And so going forward, when they get to the supermarket, like your doctor said yesterday, because the salt is not on display, they will not be tempted to add extra salt. And if it is that character is picked up at the commercial restaurant out there, there's that probability that he or she gets home and is also not attempted to add extra salt when the soup is ready. And so it's a form of molding character. It doesn't take one day, it takes a process. And I think this is a good start.
Okay, Doc, you remember the last time you were here, we were speaking about sugar mostly, and then you told us that for sugar, you can get healthier versions like dates, other things, natural sugars in your body that will compensate for you not eating refined sugar so that your system is not really compromised. Yes. Do we get healthier versions of salt?
Yeah, salt is salt. It doesn't matter where you take it from. It's still salt. And like last time, one of the emphasis I even made was the fact that when you take a lot of processed foods, so the biggest challenge about salt is sodium, not the salt itself, but the sodium. The body needs some amount of sodium. In fact, when it comes to the body absorbing glucose, sodium is needed in glucose absorption. So sodium is good. The only emphasis I'm laying here is the fact that if you tend to take it more than the body requires, that's where it's become a problem. And so salt is also salt. But the sodium we're getting from salt, we also tend to get them from almost all the processed foods that we take in. That is the problem.
So when you're taking the normal salt and taking refined food, it's like
that means that you are adding on double dosage. That is where the problem comes. And so if it is that we are just looking at sodium, there's a school of thought that even says that the number of processed food that we take in, if you are that fan of taking a lot of processed food, we might meet our sodium requirement through that means. And so then there will be no need for then an extra salt. Let me also chip this in. Sometimes when we say you want to change habits, a dietary habit, it takes effort and time. But I can bet you, when it comes to something like salt, all you need is to psychologically prepare yourself and tone down the amount of salt in your food. Do that over a period. In fact, the theory will say that over 14 days, and your body will pick it up. The tongue has the means to vary and adjust the taste buds. So the first day you eat, this soup doesn't have enough salt. You close your mind on it. Second day, the moment you're able to push for a while, you realize that your taste buds are adjusting. So now when you eat, you don't feel that it doesn't have enough salt in it because your taste buds are adjusting. And once your taste buds is able to adjust, there is no need for an extra salt. One day, if you find yourself in a home where you are not fond of eating a lot of salt, you go out there, you take a little food, any food, and you always complain that the food is too much salt. It is because you have trained your taste buds. So the taste buds we have actually respond to whatever we give to it.
Okay.
And so it's not too difficult.
Okay.
It takes you just 2 weeks, and then your
It
body
means that
adjusts.
if I want to raise my kids and knowing very well
The salt and the sodium is not good. You can train them, and they will pick it up.
So that they will have a normal
They'll have a normal. They'll pick it up to the extent that once they grow, anytime they come across any food that has high amount of salt, they'll complain like that it is salt.
But like salt, like sugar, for instance, I had the idea that brown sugar was a healthier form of sugar than the white sugar. But you see the salts too, we have types. We have the iodinated salts that we buy from them. We have the one that looks like stones, and we have the normal ones they put in rubber. That ones are there like healthier versions, or everything is salt?
Like they are all salt. Let me explain. In fact, last year when I taught my PhD class in nutrition policy, one of the things I spoke a lot about was this iodinated salt policy. Let me tell you a little story. So iodine is very important for the function of the goiter. Or the thyroid, let me say, the function of the thyroid. And then if you don't have enough iodine, that's where you tend to get a disease we call the goiter. Iodine can only be gotten from the sea. And one of the best ways to carry iodine to the population up north, who are not close to the sea, like Kumasi and the northern part of the country, is to use salt. And so at a point in time, world over, there was a decision that let's use salt as a means to carry iodine to our people. And so there was a bit of targeted intervention and marketing about taking in iodinated salt. But it stopped at a point in time because all our analysis have suggested that countries that went for this type of targeted marketing of iodinated salt ended up having a downside effect of high values of hypertension. And so it's one of the most counterproductive nutrition policies. And so now a lot of countries don't even advise for that kind of policy. Sometimes when we are doing the analysis, I use that as an example a lot for my students because the target was we wanted to get iodine to the people. And so let's use the principle of iodinated salt. But then we ended up observing that any country that went for this iodinated salt principle ended up increasing the values or the prevalence of hypertension because of the continuous advertisement of taking iodinated salt. People ended up taking more of the salt.
Which might be a problem that we have in Ghana because a lot of people are taking in more of the iodinated.
Exactly. That is not necessarily the taking it, but the fact that it was advertised, the fact that there was noise about it, the fact that we know it's iodinated, so it's healthy.
It's good. There's something. So people were taking
more to get the benefit.
You know the idea that I had? I thought the iodinated salt was cleaner. Was a cleaner version of the salt that they tie in.
Not at all. The iodinated salt is just a salt that has been fortified. We call it fortification. In food fortification, what we try to do is that when we realize that a certain nutrient is lacking in the community, we try to put that nutrient in a certain food so that when the people eat, they tend to get that nutrient. And so the fortification principle, the only thing we wanted to achieve was iodine. Like I told you, iodine is very important mineral. And the use of iodine is that it helps with the metabolism of the thyroid. Okay, the thyroid hormone, what you call the thyroid hormone. And so the idea was that people are getting goiter, which is not good. So let's give them iodine because iodine is needed to prevent that goiter condition. But in that process, people ended up overeating salt. And so that's a typical counterproductive nutrition policy. And so WHO now and other countries have all not encouraged the advertisement or the making noise of iodinated salt. Because when you do that, people tend to now eat the salt more than they are supposed to take.
Okay, so in terms of policy, we've talked about sugar tax. And you have said that even though we have kind of a sugar tax in place, but it's not really implemented in the way that you envisaged. When it comes to salt, beyond what assemblies can do, and don't forget that you've also mentioned the fact that the consumption of refined food gives you a lot more sodium. So when you add on with salt, it's like the combined effect is very, very much grave. So in terms of the policy on sodium, as a policy analyst or somebody who is interested in policy, what would be your recommendation to us as a country? What do you think we can do?
Thank you very much. I think one of the biggest recommendations that has worked it's worked in almost all the countries is the fact that we try to label our foods, especially the processed foods, very well in terms of the sodium contents. The last time I spoke to you about the fact that there are various ways of food labeling, what we call the healthy food labeling. And so, for instance, if I enter the supermarkets and the mall, if you go into a lot of these Scandinavian countries, what they've done now is that their foods have been put on the shelves and then they have been given a certain labels based on their sodium content, based on their salt and all those things, that saturated fat, those things we say are not healthy. And so, for instance, there is a green part of the supermarkets. When I go, everything I pick there is green. Green to suggest that it is a healthy food. There's a yellow part. There's a red, using the traffic light coding system. There's a red part. That suggests to me that whatever I'm going in there is not good. It's not healthy. And so we can adopt such a strategy. It's a very common policy that has been done, where you are able to, you are helping the consumer know that whatever food he's picking out there has a downside effect by way of either sodium, either saturated fats, either salt, or what have you. It's one. And so we need to be a little bit careful about labeling, because sometimes some of the food that we tend to buy and then consume has a lot of sodium that are not salts. But the sodium levels are very high because of the processing. But because they are not traditional salts, we don't even tend to know that it has high amount of sodium. And then maybe I would want to ask, how many of us take our time and read? Even when we are reading, what are we reading? Mostly, our target is the expiry.
Yes, that's true. That's what we look at.
Mostly our target is the expiry. But sometimes you realize that our biggest poison is not the expiry, rather the concentration of the sodium, rather the concentration of the saturated fats, rather the concentration of the simple sugars in the food. And so we should pursue this food labeling, very important. If you get the labels right, we tend to give people the opportunity to choose what is healthy. And like I've consistently said, when people get to know what is healthy, the producer of the unhealthy will start changing his mind to produce healthy, because nobody is buying. Because people know that if I produce this and it gets to the market or supermarket, it's going to be put in the red zone. So why do I produce it for it to be put in the red zone?
But Doc, yesterday when Dr. Jima was in the studio, I asked him that, are there signs that you get when you are going to get hypertension? And he said, unfortunately, you might not know until you stroke, and then you will know that you have hypertension. But are there other things that you can look out for when you know that I'm heading towards the danger zone, I should take care? And then what are the things that you can do on a daily basis to make sure that you don't get there?
You don't get there. That's a good question. That's a very good question. I will start by the daily basis. On the daily basis, one of the things is, of course, we need to be careful about what we are eating, minimize our intake of these foods. I think physical activity and exercise is a very important component of our healthy lifestyle. As far as I am concerned, there are a lot of efforts we need to put in place in promoting physical activity or exercises. My only little worry is that whenever we tend to promote exercises over weekends and all that, when we finish, we tend to eat to replace almost everything we have lost. We've made it a fanfare. And so the walking is being done nicely. I live on campus. Every evening, yesterday I walked in the evening, we walked for almost 2 hours. Every evening we are walking. I have friends, every evening we go for a walk.
2 hours every evening? Almost.
We walk from, those who know campus, we walk from the residential areas all the way to the business school and back. Almost, it's become like an evening affair. It's become like an evening affair. And so we are not going to finish this walking and get back home and eat 3 balls of kenke. Yesterday we go home almost at 9:30. That's not the time to eat balls of kenke. Yes, that's not the time. We start usually around 6:30, 7 p.m. Back at 9:30 p.m. That's not the time to eat balls of kenke. And so we should make walking a regular practice in our...
Sorry to cut you. With the people you do this with,
yes, please.
Have you had testimonies of improvement?
Oh yes, a lot of improvement. I have of course, if you can hear the way I'm speaking, I have a little flu. But that's all my diseases for the past whatever years. I don't remember the last time I had to go through. Not at all. Not at all. And so it's there. And so we need to encourage a lot of physical activity. And then, of course, like you rightly put it, we should also, because hypertension and some of these NCDs, they don't have any form of announcing they are coming. And so the only way you can pick them out is regular checkups. That there are days you feel your head is aching, you feel a little bit of, we call it lightheadedness and all that. You need to walk to the laboratory. So, for instance, I am with the Institute of Distance Learning, and probably, let me say, I'm the Institute Exam Officer, and so part of management. As part of our policy there, we have a sphygmomanometer, what we call a pressure monitor, in some of the offices. And we always encourage people, whenever you feel tired, you do a little thing, you are stressed, sit down, relax, check your blood pressure. It has to be a culture. It has to be a habit. I have not picked any of those high blood pressure yet. But of course, I have sphygmomanometer in my house. Occasionally, I wake up in the morning, I feel a bit tired. I said, no, what's happening? Let me go and check my pressure. You check and it's normal. Then you go on. So it has to be a culture. It has to be something that we should be checking regularly. Because if you're able to check regularly, the moment you say you have gotten into stroke, you've gone to extreme form of hypertension. And because you couldn't pick it up from any regular test, that is why it has gone all the way to the level of stroke. But if you can pick this in regular tests, then there is no need to go into the stroke condition.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay, that's very enlightening. But in wrapping up, I also want to ask that when it comes to hypertension,
yes, please.
Let's say you've been diagnosed, or you are experiencing, like you said, chronic headache, palpitations, all of those things, and you want to walk into a health facility to do checkup.
Yeah.
When you go, what should you say? You only tell them you are only checking for your blood pressure, or you tell them your symptoms and they are going to figure it out?
So blood pressure checking should not even be, I don't think it should be part of it shouldn't be a problem. You can walk to any facility and just say, I want to check my blood pressure. If you check and whoever is checking is good enough, he should be able to tell that, hey, of course, we don't say you are hypertensive when your blood pressure is higher just once or as a one episode. No. Typically, when you define hypertension is blood pressure above a certain limit over a consistent period of time. And so the fact that you've checked one day and it doesn't look good cannot conclude that you are hypertensive. It needs to be a regular routine. And like I've said, we need to encourage our people. Let's have this fig at our workplaces. Alpha, there's nothing wrong with having a fig here. Occasionally, just check occasionally checking your blood pressure. Let's make it a habit. And these days, there's figs that have come are all very well digitally designed. You don't need any experts to listen to the heartbeat like the previous ones. This one, you just wrap it around and quickly you're able to tell your blood pressure. And so it should be a habit. It should be a regular routine thing that we do. If for nothing at all, we'd also encourage our people to go for, at least in Care University, one of the things that is done there is that on your birthday, the Vice Chancellor will send you a message. And then, as part of the message, the last part of it, they encourage you to go and do your regular year check.
That's nice.
And so
that's good.
it means I have to go to the
To
hospital.
you, the lecturers.
No, even to all staff.
And SRC will have to.
Even to all staff. So you have to go to the hospital, go and take your blood sample, and then go through all that. One of the things, whenever your cholesterol, your bad cholesterol, let me put it that way, your LDL is going higher, it tells you that there's something wrong. And mostly it is leading to, if it lasts for a longer period, it's leading to hypertension. And so there are things you can do to pick up. And the only way you can pick them up is the regular checks.
Unfortunately, the other troubling statistics that have also come to the fore has got to do with the prevalence of kidney-related diseases. And we are told that, and it's worrying because of the age bracket, 20 to 50. And most importantly, we are told that a lot of these people are unaware. Please help us. How do we protect our kidney?
I think it should protect our kidney. For me, the biggest challenge I have is the concussions. You know what I mean by concussions?
The things you mix.
There's so much. I don't know whoever told our men that they have to behave a certain way before they can be men. You know what I'm referring to?
Yes.
Now becomes
there is so much in there. And the reality is that when it comes to the kidney, I always say that it's a death sentence. Sorry to say, liver, kidney. Once they start giving you problems, you are getting there. And so my advocacy will be that let's minimize. In fact, water. Let's drink water. I don't know why when we are thirsty, we rather think that we should drink something else other than water. What else can quench thirst other than water?
Chilled.
And the moment you are drinking the water regularly, if you've observed, your urine starts becoming very white.
Absolutely.
What it means is that you are rinsing your system. Exactly.
Okay.
So let's encourage water drinking. For me, if
people don't like drinking water,
we don't. And I don't know why we are thirsty and we are thinking of a drink.
Chilled one.
It doesn't solve thirst. For me, my word is that does not. I don't know. Have you observed that when you drink that chilled thing, within the next few minutes, you are thirsty again? Because you've not solved the fundamental. The fundamental is that you are thirsty and it's water. And so let's drink a lot of. The moment you develop the habit of drinking more water, you are virtually cleansing. It's a form of a cleansing. And then, of course, like I said, the other way out is to also, at least for me, after age 40, every year, you should go for your full blood analysis. Go to the laboratory. And these laboratories, they don't need to be hospital laboratories. You can have a private one. Just walk in there. You want to check your kidney function, you want to check your liver function, you want to check your cholesterol level. Check all these things. Sugar, check all of them. Get to, sometimes you check and they'll tell you the values. Oh, you are good. There's no need to. But there's something higher. Speak to a doctor or walk to a doctor. Every medical doctor, if you come and show them your laboratories, they're actually happy because it means that you've taken a step. And so let's take that step. Let's make it a habit. Probably, let's say, like I said, under your birthday, make it a habit that you go and check everything. Your everything.
Now, Doc, since you mentioned concoctions when in relation to men, I want to talk about the women too, because these days they take a lot of supplements, skin supplement, hair supplement, big bottles, bitters, big flat tummy. Does it have any effect?
Yeah, it does. It does. The biggest effect, you see, the liver is your Zoom lion. I always say. Yeah, the liver is the cleansing
organ
of the body. The liver cleans every toxic of the body. And I've consistently said that the moment you are the founder of making your environment extremely dirty, irrespective of what Zoom lion does, one day Zoom lion gets tired and then the environment, everything is in haywire. What I mean to say here is that even though the liver is supposed to do that work, when you keep burdening the liver, and I've consistently used this term, the liver gives up on you one of these days. And so you've taken them, there are no issues because the liver is taking care of it. It is clearing off the toxin. Taking it, there are no issues, but one of the days you take it and it's overpowering the liver's ability to cleanse you. And once it starts overpowering the liver's ability to cleanse you, then you are gradually getting into liver damage.
Okay, Doc, please, someone has a question for you. The person is asking that Queen Liz says, good morning to everyone, and then she wants to ask that, are there side effects of taking less salt and not taking sugar at all? She says her mother is always avoids taking in salt, especially sugar and eggs. Is there any side effect? Because she's a hypertension patient.
There's no side effect. But once you have been diagnosed with hypertension, the best thing is to go out of salt. But I've told you the major nutrient in salt is sodium. We are getting sodium from other foods we are eating. And so, more or less, you are not going to have sodium deficiency because you get sodium from other sources. So, it's the best. In fact, that's why once they diagnose you, the advice is that you go off salt. And if you could have gone off salt now, maybe you could have lengthened the period you're going to live without the hypertension.
Janice, it's 17 after 9, so we'll pick just 2 calls.
Okay.
And then Doc will answer their questions or address their concerns.
All right. So please, just 2 calls. If you have any question for Doc before he takes his exit, please call us on 054-102-2318. 054-102-2318. Doc is a nutritionist, and so if you have any questions at all about your nutrition, about your diet, about what you are taking in, you can call us right now so that he can do justice to your question for you, and then you have informed, very expect-based knowledge, so that you just don't eat anything or you just don't take anything. Okay, I think we have our first caller. Hello?
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Kobe.
Dennis Michiao studio for Nana Doctor. Unani Shramu, Samu for Paramuniki for Sama Mokanade and one me Phoebe Koma me 5 years me. Undinchi and press it, Nikobe 250. What means the ordinary course is here. Into the more kind of my witness in the witness form. And the same beside doctor say problem hello me kwabon tini ko tebi ani dia access is here many problem me taking say access spices because spices food ti the biani pia spices wa bontina mi yoko gere kurampo no itunu se okoto ene magin ku first so ni dokuno na unsentine they say no na taste ye magi and sentine asem ni ye but said your case we nutrition in person busa so magi spice and also a system na because me dey say me dia me problem in the and Nepal to eat fish. I want person because me dear me TB, me jaya, I want my system, me jaya, maintain so my doctor.
Okay, thank you so much, Kobe. I think it's a very.
So I was telling you about the fact that we are getting sodium from other foods we eat, not necessarily salt, and so. Maggi spices, let me not even mention any brand name. All these, whatever we add, condiments we add to our food, are monosodium glutamates. We call them monosodium glutamates. And they are very good sources of sodium. And so if that one is in the food, then there is no need for extra salt because you're already catering for your sodium need. And so that's sodium. And of course, excess of it will be the same as taking in excess salt. Excess of it will be like taking in excess salt, yes.
We have another caller. So this is our last caller. Mr. Techi. Mr. Techi.
I'm a Dr. Marajua.
Okay.
Now, because I am the more only up and I'm coming to the room and back. I said, we should be there. I think they put 2 weeks. And then the Creme, a new ship. And I'm the question is, insurance with a dog. Insurance with the insurance actually pana something that go nowhere and there is between them one stack I thought I could be that actually pana then also what health implication there now because you know there are certain and no should pa insurance there no make it pana mostly yeah actually the cool pa in nam no
okay, Mr. Teji. So, Doc,
yeah,
Mr. Teji says he drinks water, but he likes the chilled water.
Very chilled water. Yeah, then sometimes the weather is very extremely hot, so chilled water. I don't want to say it's bad, but if you overdo it, it has its own challenges or it has its own downside effect.
Better taking chilled water than not taking at all.
Yeah, I'll go for that. I'll go for that. Then take the chilled than not taking at all, because the chilled water is it's not bad, but if you overdo it, it has its own. For instance, now I told you I have flu, I don't need to take chilled water. Because once you do that, you are not helping the flu to subside. Yeah, so it's problematic if it becomes extreme, and there are people who are doing it extreme. So they have to be ice block in it. before they can drink. That's extreme. And in nutrition, we always say that everything should be in moderation. And so it's okay. But if that is what is going to let you drink a lot of water, and if the kind of work you do, you always understand, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Okay. But then on a normal day, is it recommended that you take more of chilled water or lukewarm or just...
No. The normal water is very good.
Okay.
Normal water is very good.
All right.
The lukewarm is always done a bit early morning. People do with lemon. It's also a form of a cleansing. So you add a little lukewarm with some lemon or lime, whichever of them you drink over. People think, but it's been proven that it also cleans the body a lot.
Doc, so your final words before...
So my final words, let's be a little bit health conscious. KMA has started, like I said, it's a good policy. I feel that will get to the masses. People will get to know that at least salt is not good. That's why we are banning it from opening space. But then I would also encourage whoever is listening, let's try as much as possible to look at the outcome of what a policy like this. If after 3 years we can point that, when we started it, we have reduced our salt intake by a certain level, then we say that we've achieved something. Else, it just becomes a mere political announcement, and then there is not much to get out of it. And then the last one, the birthday thing. Let's just not be like it's our birthday, so we should always be partying. Sometimes on our birthday, let's also take a step to go and check our full body system in the laboratory.
Okay, Doc. Thank you very much. Every time you have you in studio, you answer some questions that are very important to our health. And so we appreciate your time and we appreciate your presence. Thank you for joining us. And so I have to leave so that Alpha will continue with the conversation. But then before I leave, let me tell you about Caladians. Caladians is thrilled to bring you the latest in African fashion with a twist of global elegance. Caladians is an African designer wear shop where clothes are made to fit. They make custom outfits for engagements, weddings, and every other occasion. And they have ready-to-go jackets, casuals, church and funeral outfits. At Caladians, they offer a diverse range of outfits tailored to suit all sizes and body types. They have the small, medium, and plus size. And so you can step into the world of chic style with a brand new arrivals from the UK and treat your wardrobe to quality brand name shoes and bags like Clex, Nine West, M&S, and Klein, although Kenyan slippers and beaded slippers. Whether you are stepping out for a casual day or dressing up for a special event, they have the perfect accessories to enhance your outfit and elevate your style. And so visit Caladians and experience the fusion of African culture and international sophistication. You can locate Caladians inside the Kumasi City Mall, opposite Saks Pharmacy, and in Edom in the Ampoma Arcade, same building with FedEx, opposite Edom Presby. And in Accra, you can find Caladians on the Otano Curve or call them on 024-479-5626. 024-479-5626. Caladians, where threats talk. And so I'll take a breather so that Alpha can come in with the next conversation. Oh, King Promise. Say I do me, sure me. You know we say I be better pass anybody. And so we sure. And your boy, no. See, so when the hustle know they make chance pass me by. So make it do your best and use your sense. I show the stress since I put girl first. Charlie, it no be race, it no be test. The jack guy to no one can test. So make it tell them. So we the come, no the fear them. Baba got it from my side, so no shake.
So yes, Mr. Ame is joining us as usual in studio, and we are going to have our own conversations. Everything we need to talk about, we'll talk about. And we'll ask him what he thinks about what the KMA has done. Even though he's not a health expert, but I am sure he goes to these eateries. Okay, maybe let me confirm from him because, Mr. Ahmed. Is Ahmed?
Alpha.
You go to some of these eateries sometimes, or what we call chop bars.
Anyway, good morning to your listeners and your viewers as well.
Good morning.
Please, I don't.
You don't eat outside.
I don't eat outside.
Hey.
That's my rule.
Hey, he's a correct guy. Outside,
no, I wasn't trained like that.
Assuming me not eating outside, man, I'm surviving.
I'm not a fan of that. It isn't that I don't eat outside at all, but I'm not a fan of that.
Before you go married,
yes,
how are you?
Yes,
what were you doing? You were preparing your own food.
Even to date, I still prepare my own food.
Oh, how nice! Some people.
Let me take.
There's nothing any lady can prepare that I can prepare.
let me take this message when we come back.
Ghana 4, Betano Abba. Betano Bema bonus are a drew 2,000 Ghana cedis. Register CCA with betano.com.gh. Gaming Commission of Ghana, Ashen Katoimu Ajatumuse Eye. So when you mronfia do watchia, Mfawun Shemubi.
So it's 28 minutes after 9. We are back. And we are back. We went in for a very short break. So I was asking Mr. Ame a question. Whether so you said you don't.
I'm not a fan of it.
But sometimes sometimes.
Once in a blue moon.
Once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
Okay. But what do you make of the decision by KMA to ban the place?
Is it a KMA or it's a project for the mayor? Because what I read from his Facebook page, it was like it's his own project.
But the authority he has is the KMA boss.
So he should have maybe pushed it that way.
And a lot of experts seem to agree that.
Anyway, I am not a fan of salt.
I'm
not a fan of salt. Okay, the doctor left. Men know, those men who know what salt can do to them mostly know that they are not supposed to. Yes.
I thought it was just sugar.
No. If you like, you take a certain amount of salt and see what happens to you, especially at dawn and stuff.
So
when it comes to your sexuality, then you know.
So because of that, you don't like salt.
I am not a fan of salt, right from my infancy.
Most especially because of what you just said.
Everybody who is around me, those who have ever cooked for me before, know that. If you give me food today, if you prepare any food for me today, and it's salty, if you are not careful, you take ages before I eat your food.
What about spice, like Maggi and those things?
I'm not a fan of them so much.
Okay, but I
prefer the natural.
Yeah, the natural stuff.
Natural one than the.
So, as a layman who is not an expert, what's your take on the KMAs?
Oh, it's very good. As I told you, the salt thing. As I told you, if you're a man and you're taking too much salt, you realize what happens to you are done. It's very uncomfortable. So, for salt itself, it's not something. Even besides the medical aspect of it, it's not something that you should be going so much in for. I come from a salt mining area, and even those who used to mine the salt, after a very long time, if you look at their skin, their foot that they used to step into the water in their hands, you realize that it even has an effect on them.
I see.
Those who sell the salt, especially those who are in the villages those days, those who bring salt from Adan, when they used to put it in this Bedford cars. Those did you mean those cars?
Bedford.
Yeah, the Bedford.
Describe it for me.
It's like arrow glass, where you used to sit face to face. Do you remember those cars? Yeah. Bedford. I'm not sure you came to meet them. I'm not sure you came to meet those cars.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you met those cars.
Maybe
cutting people from one point to the other.
Oh, I have an idea of what
maybe you have an idea. You just saw them inside. But those cars, those who used to sell those salts in those cars, you realize that over time, it has an effect even on their skin. So the salt thing itself, it's not something that you should be going in for.
Okay.
Just as the sugar that people are not supposed to go in for. It is the reason why even with my pastries, when I'm doing pie, I don't add salt. But I still.
You're supposed to add salt to pie?
Yes, some people do.
It's sugar.
Some people do. Pie, when you're doing
the
reason why I don't put salt is that, Alpha, the margarine that you are using is already salty.
Oh, okay.
So if you're not careful, your pie will become salty.
Salty things too.
So you have to get another thing, which is the sugar, a little bit of sugar to balance it to bring the salt content down, because the margarine itself is salty.
Okay.
The margarine itself is salty.
I see.
And even so, at times you need to blend in some onions and then my little bit of sugar just to bring down the salt content.
I see. Now let's do some business this morning.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard that there's the possibility of cost of fuel going up because of whatever is happening.
It has gone up twice.
I think last week or last.
It has gone up twice.
Was it last week or last
All
week?
thanks to you. You and
my people, as you said the last time.
The government that you I don't know you wanted to defend too much.
But me, I know for businesses, some of these things now I'm beginning to even not be very empathetic to you guys, because on the other side, even when things are coming down, you don't do anything for us. So it's like, okay, whatever happens, we are in it.
It's like
now fuel, and I've heard some people also complain about power. For you said that is not something that's affecting you, right?
The power issue.
The cost of power.
The cost of power. Oh, why? What I'm trying to say is that the way people are trying to paint the picture as though I don't know what's happening at the end. I do not want
but
to.
You didn't experience
For me, looking at the gadgets that I use,
it's okay.
It's a fair game.
What about your business? It's okay.
My business.
At your, you have business.
The power situation is still not
the supply, but the cost.
No,
you've seen
sure.
Okay. So it means that for you don't have any problem with that. Now, this fuel cost, as a trader, listening to people, do you think it's possible that it may occasion?
That's what you guys, you do want to sympathize with us. Even the government decided not to reduce things, so why should I even do that?
And because you guys...
Tell me, what did the government reduce when the fuel prices were coming down?
When the fuel prices were coming down?
What did the government reduce? The government decided to increase its fees, levies. They decided to increase them. The government decided to increase water bill, light bills.
But now they have marginally reduced it.
To what?
According to the PRC.
After people were crying here and there. To what? So you reduce that and you increase fuel about twice already. And we are expecting that within the next 2 years.
Because of global factors.
What global factors? You should stop telling us those things.
But
wasn't the current president who told us that 7,000 miles away?
The Strait of Hormuz?
The current president told us 7,000 miles away. If there's a fight there, what does it concern here, Ghanaian?
Maybe this one is less than.
Alfa, so please, when you say this thing, it's like you are pushing us to a certain corner to react in a certain way. The very person who is running the country now told us 7,000 miles away or kilometers away, whatever it is. Why should someone doing anything that affects me? What is happening in Iran? Why should they affect me?
Because
what?
Iran.
Well, because what?
Has
Does Ghana fuel passes through the Strait of Hormuz? Is that where you buy your fuel from? Is that where you buy your crude oil from?
Yes.
Oh, please, save us that. It's only 20% of the world crude oil that passes through that 20%, place. 80% does not pass there.
The world.
80%, for all you know, those countries who use their fuel to pass through that place, how many times have they increased theirs? Please, save us that. It's the current president that told us that. That when something is happening 7,000 miles away, it shouldn't have any bearing on us. And even the current energy minister even went ahead to say it was a blessing in disguise because the cost of crude oil has gone up. So therefore, we are going to sell ours at a higher rate to get more money. So you are selling mine now at a very higher rate to get more money. Why don't you use that to cushion me? As I speak to you, I am paying additional 1 cedi on every liter still.
We are net importers.
But when we were told that, this time around, fuel price have come and let's add 1 cedi so that our power will be stable. Today, what do you see in your power situation?
We are net importers.
Today, what do you see in your power situation?
Yesterday, I didn't have light.
I said the current energy minister told us that the fight in Ukraine, which is about 7,000 miles away, shouldn't be affecting our fuel prices because the cost of crude oil has gone up. So we sell our own, we get more money to cushion whatever it is shortfalls you have in buying the ones you are buying. So what is happening now?
I wanted to avert your mind to the fact that even if you are getting more money for the sale of crude, knowing very well that we are net importers. What it means is that we are importing more than.
Alpha, why are you trying to
So
explain
at
what
the
the
end of the
energy
day-
minister? The energy minister said there should not be an increase in fuel costs in Ghana because whatever is happening outside, it's also a blessing in disguise. Is that all he said? So I have
did
10
not-
of these phones.
Okay.
I'm selling for 1 cedi because of whatever it is happening outside. I'm now supposed to sell this phone for 100 cedis. And I'm going to buy 20 of different phones in. So 9 cedis difference should be able to cushion for whatever cost I'm buying for that 20. So why increase?
But as a trader, I hope you can assure your consumers and customers that you will not increase prices. You guys.
What are you talking about?
Because you didn't reduce. So
What are you talking about?
we don't expect you to come and be telling us that.
What are you
something,
talking
something as Masa.
What are you talking
Where
about?
are you in this country?
Well, Alpha,
It will be deadly.
Alpha,
I'm
at times
telling
you talk as if you are the only consumer in this country.
I am speaking for the consumers. They don't have the platform.
But don't forget, I am a consumer myself.
No, but you are thinking this money as a trader, as a businessman.
I'm thinking as a
more
trader.
as a businessman.
The
than
fact
as
of
a-
the matter is that, what's it? If you decide to increase fuel prices and you even decide not to take away the 1 cedi that you promised that you used to stabilize my power for me, and you are, let's say indirectly, you are stealing from me with the other hand and using the other hand to tell me not to cry, just as the way you've taken a whole lot of money from unemployed youth who do not have anything to feed on, but you mop up all those monies and use it for whatever you want to use it for. I see you, a government, any government in this country, as if you only care about yourselves, you only care about your pocket, you only care about your families. You do not care about this country.
Why?
And I'm looking forward to a day that we will look any government in the face and tell them, clear off.
As in clear off, like how?
Clear off. Whatever you say, we
Just
clear
tell
off.
them.
Just clear off.
Okay. I doubt if that's going to ever happen.
It will surely happen.
But the on the fuel matter, you know, when it was coming down, government sort of took credit for it. When it was, a lot of people would say it was induced largely
So why did not tell them not to do politics with food?
by global factors.
Why did I not
Now
tell
with
them not to
this
do
with this happening, do you think it will be fair for government to now come and say we take the
Alpha.
blame? Because
That
if you
time
took
you
the
said
credit,
you said yeah. Today you said no. So what are you talking about? Why not? Why is that people are now telling us that? See, I get so irritated when I go to social media. When I hear any journalist saying, let's stop doing fuel with, let's stop doing politics with fuel, let's stop doing politics with cocoa price, let's stop. What are you talking about? Few days ago, few months ago, few weeks ago, you were doing that. And you don't saying these things, never said anything. You were deep, you were neck deep into it.
Okay.
The table stand today, you are telling us not to do that.
Maybe they have realized that the
when did you realize that? When did you wake up from your slumber?
Politicization.
It is shame on you, shame on everybody.
Matters.
Since when did you realize that you were not supposed to do politics with fuel prices?
Now they have realized.
How long has that taken? From 2000 to date. When it gets to someone's time, you come and tell me you don't do politics with it. What are you talking about? What is good for the gander? What is good for the goose is equally good for the gander, right? So let's Aluta continue. Let's proceed.
Proceed to where?
Let's proceed.
Okay,
Let's
let's now proceed to
all year round. That's what we feel more comfortable in doing.
What?
Playing politics is everything. Things that maybe those at the top, our leaders, will have to reason. We have to reason and get to know that, hey, listen, as for this one, there's no point. There are things that you could do politics with. Development. Come down and come and do politics with development. Grassroots. How do we get this society? How do we get this community going? How do we make sure that at least every one of the weeks in a month, within those 4 weeks, we clear the medians of every road and stop allowing it to look like this. You are not doing politics with that. This one that you have control over, everybody has left it. Go to our communities that are springing up. Instead of us to begin to do politics, to begin to conscientize everybody, oh, let's all contribute, let's say, to get the roads fixed. Let's go on that communal labor to let's fix a clinic, let's fix a hospital, let's fix a police station and stuff. we decide to do politics with things that do not make even sense to all of us. Sense. It doesn't make sense for anybody to come and tell me that global issues, they have control over it. So when it happens at any point in time, you go and do politics with it. It shows that all of you doing those things, they don't have control. So why do you do politics with it? After you and I, nobody ever dreamt that you wake up one morning and Trump will start attacking Iran.
Yeah, we saw signs, but we didn't know.
They were on the negotiation table.
Yeah.
When Israel decided to attack Iran about 3, 4, 5 months ago, US told him to stop.
At the point, yeah.
Nobody ever thought that this will happen. Today, here we are, deja vu. Did anybody dream that even when US goes to attack Iran, Iran will decide to attack other Gulf states and start attacking their oil refinery? Just like yesterday, I understand they say Dubai also, they went to attack their oil refinery. And here we are today. So you don't have control over it. Anything at all global. See, from 2007 coming down, if politicians were very mindful, if politicians were very serious in this country, there are certain do not do politics with it. Because it has affected both parties.
I see. Let's come to security. Have you heard that the president has ordered that instead of picking about, was it 10,000?
Alfa, read the statement that was released. I wish you can read that statement.
I should read it.
Yes. It's like everybody has decided to just...
Over 4 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Exactly.
Yeah, I saw.
So let's stop pushing this now. As if the president says, "Oh, the people you've taken now,
no, not take from additional. 5 to 50 to 20. No, that's no.
So what is it that people?
They have a target.
I've heard a lot of your colleagues. Oh, the president has done very well, so they are not coming to add additional.
Maybe they didn't read it.
When the fact of the matter is that the budget itself has prepared for the number of people they've already recruited. Is that not it?
And they have IMF conditions
exactly
to also live with.
What the statement the president brought out was over 4 years.
Yes, they have a target to recruit people into the security service over 4 years.
No problem with that.
I think the numbers that were given
Alfa,
was around 12,000.
Every year, government has a plan to add more security personnel to the pool. That is a fact. So why are we painting the picture as the president has done so well? So out of the 10,000, was it 10,000 that have been picked? They are going to add additional 5,000. So it is not for this year. But we are talking about this year. What you've done to over 500,000 Ghanaians.
I don't know if it will be
the daylight robbery, the daylight thievery that you've done to Ghanaians. How is it
a thievery?
Alfa.
What have they stolen?
Why should any government, my government, a government that is here to serve me, when I want to serve my country, you ask me to go and buy forms. When you know very well that you were looking for only 10,000, you sell forms to over 500,000.
But they couldn't have restricted.
So why don't you allow people to apply? Those ones that you've picked, then they pay for the application forms.
Okay. But maybe it takes resources.
Alfa, is that not thievery?
It takes resources to produce.
Alfa, at the end of the day, I'm going to pay. Alfa, I am going to pay again.
How are you going to pay again?
Those who want to buy the forms, they applied for it online.
Yeah.
Are we not paying taxes? The fuel the government officials use, are you not the people paying for it? So what is wrong if you open those portals and you apply the people to apply? When you finish picking them, then they pay the application fee. What is wrong with that?
Now,
we've allowed these things, and our universities have also decided to pick the same thing.
No, it's done everywhere now.
It is very wrong. It is daylight thievery.
It shouldn't have been
over 500,000 Ghanaians.
It's a huge source of income.
Alfa, what are you talking about?
Lots of people make money from there.
Exactly, that's what I'm telling you. Daylight thievery.
Because thousands will not get in. And
so if one person decides, let's say, to buy military, police, fire service,
some people
prisons,
do it that way.
And let's say a form is costing 100 cedis, that's 400 cedis.
No, this form was costing 200 and something.
Thank you. So if it's for, let's say, 800 cedis, that person, if that person had a source of income, if that person was employed, you think they will leave what they are doing to go for that?
But I think that will burst your bubble the more is the cost of medicals.
Exactly.
1,600.
How?
So the 105,000 who have passed the aptitude test will have to bear the cost of around 1,600.
How?
And just 5,000 will be picked.
How?
So about 9 or 100,000.
How?
100,000.
Alpha, it is daylight TV.
But
our government.
But if you don't do the medical, how do you know who is?
I'm not talking of this guy across board.
Yes.
Every year they've been doing this thing. Let the youth begin to tell our government that it is wrong.
So how? So for instance, the medicals, how should they have gone about?
Alpha, I am come to serve my nation. So if you take me through these things, what if I pass out and I'm not a security person? What do you want me to do?
So you want government to take that cost?
Are we not taking the cost of training doctors?
We are taking part of it.
Major part of it.
Not major.
Major part of it.
Now medicine is a fee-paying course. So we are not really.
But you are taking part of it.
Yeah, we are
right?
taking part of
Thank
it.
you.
I can see that. Yeah,
so
because
what is wrong with someone who is come to provide security for me, for the nation, and you are taking these monies from me?
Just like from the beginning, they are telling you to go and find money.
Exactly. Exactly.
I said the government is there.
So you've prepared a stage for them. If you come and recover your money. And then we tell ourselves, oh, the security architecture is not good.
There is even some people who are, we are told, paying bribes to the tune of 20.
As for Alpha, that one, it is no news.
25.
Alpha, it is
no
news.
My view is that if someone pays 30,000 to get into the police, what do you expect the person to do? If you deploy the person on the road,
Alpha, it is no news.
It has to. It's like business.
Exactly. So if I decide to, okay, I'm qualified, I think maybe I should do this job, and then I get pushed into the security, okay, then let me go and look for a loan of, let's say, about 50,000.
And prosecute this
agenda. I get into it, then I pass out.
It's time to recoup.
Alpha, what are you talking about now? I have to recoup. I have to recover my cost plus interest.
Hey, and it's not easy. Yeah, it's possible. I mean,
it is the reason why. See, about 3 years ago, when I used to go to the voter regime in the back, I started experiencing something. I got so shocked. A certain side of the security services of this country started demanding for, oh, so what did you bring? Where are you coming from? I'm coming from Kumasi. So what did you bring for? Don't you have anything for the boys?
Military.
I got shocked.
The military?
Yes.
Because they are not known for.
I got shocked.
Because they know the accountables are making money.
I got shocked. When you get to the Adomi Bridge, then to Japan, when they went, I got shocked. I said, no, what's this? We shouldn't be getting here. Then go to the immigration service. At times you also get it. They're also demanding for this. We ourselves are creating the stage for security service personnel to start looking for ways to get their monies back.
Well, on the other side, what does this tell you about the level of desperation and unemployment in the system?
Alpha, that one you know it.
It's well documented.
Alpha, something happened to me between yesterday. Was it last week, yesterday, and today? I was looking for someone to add, to employ, to come and add up to my shop. So last week, one guy came, I started talking to you, he did that, you're supposed to start work this Monday. Then he called out, he was working with someone, the man said, no, he's not ready to release. I said, okay, no problem. Then the person who brought him said, oh, I'm bringing another person. I said, no problem. The guy called me Sunday evening, Monday, yesterday in the morning, I met him. And yesterday in the evening, he came, we had a discussion. We agreed on whatever needed to agree on. He was supposed to start work this morning. Only for me, early this morning, before 6 a.m., another number was calling me. No, he was told on Sunday morning that, okay, this guy who was supposed to come, who came last week cannot go, so you just go and fill that place. He didn't give a feedback early, so they told a third person. Then the third person decided to come earlier. So the second person is now coming to. So that shows you how how a lot of people are looking for employment. There's another guy who was introduced to me last week at KAT that he also knew. I said, okay, where are you? He said he lives at Efijase, but he can stay at Kenya. I said, no, if you can't think on to Kokobin, it's too far. I can't employ you unless you have a room around that place. Do you know what the guy did? He had completed university. Oh. No, over the weekend, this guy got to Kokobin and was coming around to see where you get a room. He met me and said he came around. Saw one room, so that cool. We went to see another, they say 7,200.
Hey,
like, what should I do? That's serious. Just to get a job. So it is no news that the level of desperation that, see, and we are sitting on a time bomb.
We've been sitting on it for some time now. We hope that it will not explode.
On daily basis, you see the number of people who approach you just for them to get an employment.
It's not, okay, you let me read the statements. I should have read it earlier, but okay, so it says that President John Dramani Mahama has held a high-level meeting with the heads of security agencies, Minister for the Interior and Acting Minister for Defense on the ongoing security services recruitment process. Following a briefing on the process, the President has directed that the number of men and women to be recruited to the various security agencies should be increased from 20,000 to 40,000 over a 4-year period. The President has also directed the heads of the security agencies to ensure transparency and fairness in the recruitment process. Present at the meeting, so all of this. So yeah. So from
it is not about two. So this one, they say additional 5,000. I said, where did you?
Maybe their expectation is that it to be spread over the years.
But
so
that additional 5,000, they have not been provision for them. The budget has not provided for them. Even the IMF you find yourself in is telling you, has given you a certain ceiling. You've not come out of IMF.
Government, they can always create a room. You never
create a room from where?
You can create a space to accommodate people.
And then you start finding themselves wanting.
No, you know the security people. The security people, you can't joke with their salaries. You ask for teachers and nurses.
That's the issue. So the monies that maybe at a point that you need to use to pay teachers and nurses, you're going to pay security personnel.
Because for them, you don't have to pay them. In fact, 20
and then this one I heard you, people were calling, the cocoa farmers were saying they've still not been paid. And this one I heard you talking about what naked demonstration. I said, why are you stressing so much on naked demonstration?
That's what they said. So I want to stress on what they want.
Why are you stressing so much?
Because it's interesting. Naked demonstration.
The fact of the matter is that the treatment you are meting out to cocoa farmers in this country is wrong.
Okay.
This government.
Okay.
You decide not to sell, not to do a spot on selling without rather than doing the FOB that you've been doing always. So if you're doing the FOB when the prices were high, you would have sold all your cocoa by then and gotten the money you needed to get. When you decide to do the spot selling and then the price comes down, you are now crying that you can't get money to. And did I hear you saying what? They said the system is what? In debt.
Yeah, cocoa sector is in
so they cannot pay the farmers.
It's usually in debt.
When this government took over, was the system not in debt when they decided to increase the prices to 31,000?
Okay.
Where are they going to get the money from to pay them?
To 35.
Yes. Where are they going to get it? Or 35, 36? Where are they going to get the money from? All of a sudden the debt just appeared. When they were increasing, it disappeared. When after they've increased, it appeared.
Let me read Lizzie's message before you go. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure you'll be able to interpret it. She says that Mr. Ame is a pure Anoman. He won't like eating from outside without preparing his own food. Shout out to him. You ready?
Oh sure.
As for the other, we who are eating, we are not pure or something.
No, she's just trying to tell you that a pure Anglo man will always want to eat his own food. Always want to prepare his own food. My dad, for instance, I learned that thing from my dad. mostly you see him get into the kitchen and then you doing.
Yeah, we'll go and buy because if you don't buy, the people selling food they will run out a lot.
Oh, till date, Alfa till date, I still prepare mine.
The economy, we need to support them.
You need
so
to
please, watching people come out, we will come and buy.
No boy is saying
the likes of Ahmed here, if left to them alone, your business will collapse.
It's
Let's
about
leave
that.
it here. Let's leave it here, Mr. Ahmed. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
So that's our show for now. You heard from Mr. Ahmed. He's the secretary of the Combined KJT Traders Association. I was here with Janice Opoku Ajiman and Mark Roger. Have a very good morning. God willing, we'll be here tomorrow. So you too, be there with us.
Orange 107.9.
What you're going through right now is part of the process. So if you want to fight God,